How you doing? Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall! Oh, it's time! It's finally out, and I am very excited to talk about this movie. I am here, of course, to talk about my boy right here, Sonic. Look at him. I won this out of a prize grabber machine. Best thing I've ever gotten from a prize grabber machine. Even though I'm sure you could buy him for like $7 alone. I don't care. It's not about the price. Okay? It's about how much you love it, and I love this thing. I've had him for years. Love him. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I'm very excited because I saw it twice, by the way. I should mention twice, two. And I don't need to go through the whole controversy about the movie. Everybody knows the first trailer, bad Sonic, looked like roadkill. Second trailer looked better. Of course, a lot of people had to go and like redesign Sonic. There's a whole thing about a studio being shut down after working on Sonic and whatnot, and you know that does suck. Don't get me wrong, but you've heard this most likely from 5 million other videos on YouTube. You don't need to hear it anymore. Let me just tell you right here. After that second trailer, though, I was hyped because when the first trailer came out, I was hyped for a completely different reason. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be fun bad. I have a feeling. And then the second trailer came out. I was like, this looks good. I like this. I like this, and it makes me just like really want to see the version with Roadkill Sonic, because this movie, I can't even imagine a movie like this with that character model. I cannot. Interacting with anything in this movie, interacting with Jim Carrey, James Marsden, freaking the CG back, anything. I can't imagine that little guy even moving around this world. I can't. I can imagine this little guy, this guy. I can't imagine the deformed one. I don't know why every time I put the Sonic, like my webcam just like screws up. It can't handle how amazing the Sonic doll is. I'm gonna put him right here. There you go. There, he's just sleeping with his eyes open. It's a little weird. But anyway, I'm gonna get through this pretty quick because there's not much to talk about, to be honest. I mean, we can go into spoilers and talk about like all the little references and stuff. Oh, it said Badniks at one point. Oh my God, the intro, the Sega intro. They're doing like a whole like Marvel intro thing. You know how Marvel has their logo that shows all the characters. Sega has one, and you can see like a Yakuza game. You can see Valkyria Chronicles. You can see Persona 5. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. But I could talk about all that stuff. But I just wanted to. Yeah, that's a little weird. I'll hold them like this. I just wanted to talk about the movie itself and how much fun it was. It was really entertaining. I was very surprised by how not of a kid's film it really is. I mean, it is a kid's film, don't get me wrong. But when I say that, I'm saying like in a Lego movie sense. Not that it's as clever, mind you, but it's a movie that really is the description of a family film. Everybody thinks when they say family film, they mean like a movie kids can enjoy. But a family isn't just kids. It's, it's a kids, the dog, the cat, the goldfish, and of course the parents. So everybody should enjoy that movie. That's why it's a family film, because everybody can enjoy it. But when I watch stuff like Dolittle, where I can't see any right-minded adult actually enjoying Dolittle, and if you do, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. Dolittle is one of the worst movies I've seen in a very long time. If it came out last year, it would have been easily my #1 worst movie of last year. It's lucky it missed that by like 2 weeks. But anyway, Sonic the Hedgehog is not Dolittle. It is a true family film where everybody can enjoy it, especially when it comes to the Sonic fans in the family. If you're a kid, if you're an adult, if you are a fan of Sonic, you will really love this movie, because there are so many references, and they treat the Sonic character right. They treat the human characters right. Eggman, of course, played by Jim Carrey, who is so much fun in this movie, has so many great moments. I could watch Jim Carrey be Jim Carrey any day, even in bad movies when he's Jim Carrey, like that Burt Wonderstone movie. That anybody remember that movie? I watched it because Jim Carrey was Jim Carrey in it, and he was great. I don't care. I'll watch Jim Carrey do anything. Even crap. I mean, like literal crap. I will watch him take a crap. It's a little weird, but Jim Carrey, I love. I love Jim Carrey, so I will watch Jim. How many times am I going to say Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey. And you know what? Some people would say Jim Carrey carried the film. I wouldn't say that, because you know what? My favorite part of this movie is this little guy right here, Sonic. Ben Schwartz nailed it. When I first heard his voice as Sonic, even though the design was terrible, I heard his voice. I was like, you know what? He sounds great as Sonic. He sounds like Sonic, but just not as annoying as a lot of the Sonic voice acting is in most of those games. Because some of that voice acting is really annoying. Not that it's bad, it's just really annoying. and not just Sonic, the voice actor himself, just all of the characters. Big the Cat's voice acting. That's the guy that voices Duke Nukem. Like, what? It's like, oh, hey, Foggy. Like, what? What is wrong with him? Anyway, why is he talking like that? Anyway, the voice acting is great here from Ben Schwartz. I think he did an amazing job with the character. He gave him a personality. He gave him emotion. I actually felt bad for him like 4 different times in the movie. And he gave him some sass, some attitude, of course. Sonic, he's got to have some attitude, and he's got plenty of attitude. You really do feel bad for him, too, because he's all alone in this world, really. I mean, he can't just, like, show up and say, hey, humans, I'm here, because he's a weird cartoon Hedgehog guy. He can't just do that, so he has to, like, blend into the environment. Somehow. I mean, he's fast, so he can do it. It makes sense in the movie. But yeah, you feel bad for him. And I think Ben Schwartz did a great job there. And I think the animation is terrific for Sonic, considering they had to really rework that pretty quickly. I mean, they had like a 3-month like delay in between the original release and now. But 3 months extra to make it this good is, I think, impressive, because he's a main character. He's on the screen almost the entire time of the movie. So considering they only had 3 extra months to make a character that is the title character who's on the screen, I would say at least 80% of the time, it's pretty impressive. And he looks awesome. The animation's great. Every time he speeds up and is like doing his Quicksilver stuff, there's like 2 scenes in this that are just exactly like that Quicksilver scene from X-Men Days of Future Past. And I guess Apocalypse. It's awesome. I really enjoy it. And if any movie will rip off Days of Future Past and it makes sense to do it, it would be Sonic the Hedgehog. And maybe Flash, I guess. Flash would make sense too. But yeah, they treat this guy right. He is the main character of this film, and they don't screw him up. They don't do no Smurfs shit. They don't do no Alvin and Chipmunks where they do a live action version of those characters and put them in the real world, even though Alvin and Chipmunks were always in the real world, but you know what I mean, where it's like a CG character in a real world, interacting with real people. This could have been an animated movie, but you know what? I think it was smart to make it what it was, because it really, really was fun watching Sonic interact with just certain characters. Like, there's a whole barroom scene that was really fun watching Sonic like dance around with people and stuff. I mean, it doesn't make any sense why people would look at this like 1.5 foot looking like hedgehog kind of thing and go, yeah, that's normal. they give like a really brief explanation of why people are okay with him being there, and it's so dumb. But again, I was rolling with it. It's fine. But yeah, just Sonic himself as a character is great. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik is great too. He actually surprisingly embodies the character better than I thought he would. I thought he'd just be Jim Carrey, and he is Jim Carrey 90% of the time. But there's 10% of the time I'm just like, you know what? He's got that whole robot thing going on. I mean, his name's Robotnik. I guess that's the only thing he could have really done in his future with a name like Robotnik. I guess I gotta make robots. And it's really fun watching him be Eggman, be Robotnik, and really, really like ham it up and pretend like he's like this genius. It's just fun watching him like belittle everybody around him, just like, you're stupid, just calling everybody dumb. Like, it was fun. It really was. And you know what? I have to give major credit to James Marsden. James Marsden's an actor I've always liked, but I've never thought he really outshined anybody in a movie. And he doesn't outshine anybody in this movie, but I thought he was great, and I thought the chemistry between him and Sonic was really good. I believed their friendship, and I thought James Marsden actually was really charming in it, and I thought he was really good. Because when I heard he was going to be in it, I was like, oh, is he going to be like sleepwalking through it? And I'm like, no, he's energetic, he's fun, he's actually interacting with Sonic in a way that's believable. I thought he was good, and their relationship was really fun. But yeah, all the references, Sonic himself, he's really fun. The voice acting is great. The acting itself is really fun. Tika Sumpter is also really good, who plays the wife of James Marsden's character. The plot itself is very simple. Sonic has to outrun Robotnik while trying to find his rings, which are like teleportation devices, which I thought was fun. And I thought it was fun that once he loses all of his rings, he's almost useless for a little bit. I thought that was a really fun little thing. Like, he loses his rings, and then immediately he's like almost powerless. Not because he lost his rings, but it's like, you'll see in the movie. I thought it was fun to just have like, oh, he lost his rings, and then immediately, oh, he can't run really fast or whatever. There's another reason why he can't run very fast, but I thought it was like a nice little reference to the games. Like, oh, if you lose your rings, you're really vulnerable. Like, you better not get hit. You better at least get one. But anyway, my boy was treated right. They did him right. Jeff Fowler, great job. The writers, great job for what it was. And I had a good time, man. Sonic was fun. Sonic was a good time. Special effects looked great. The action was actually really fun. All this like speed up, slow-mo stuff was really fun. And yeah, it's just a good time. If I had any problems with it, I guess it was like some of the humor obviously didn't work for me, because even though it's a family film, it's still catering to kids as well. So there's going to be a lot of kid dialogue. There's two parts where Sonic does the floss dance. I was okay with it. Shazam had it. So I was like, okay. Okay. All right. He didn't dab. So that's good. Imagine Sonic dabbing. Because I could take a floss dance. I cannot take dabbing. I can't. I'm sorry. Once I see dabbing, I immediately just like something in my body just immediately reacts. I can't. Like a full body cringe happens where I'm just like, yeah, I curl up into a peanut and I'm just like, ugh. I don't like it. But floss dancing, I could take. You know, maybe it was because Shazam. I think it was Shazam that really changed me on that. When he starts floss dancing, I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm talking about floss dancing now. If there's anything else, like some of the humor, again, like I said, the plot itself is very simple. And there's a couple of moments where I'm just like, I was actually like chuckling unintentionally. There's one part where James Marsden has Sonic underneath a blanket, and you can tell he's like holding like a stick, because he's not actually there, because it's, you know, CG. And it reminded me of like the American Sniper Baby, where it was like so obviously fake. He's holding like this blanket covered Sonic. It's obviously not. It looks like he's holding like 3 baguettes just like together. It's just like, I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was a fun film. I can't really think of any other negatives. Besides, it's just, you know, it's a fun time. It's not something that's super memorable, but they nailed it. And technically, it probably is my favorite video game adaptation. I think it was better than Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I know some people love that movie. I think a lot of people love that movie, actually. Me, personally, I found it to be a little grating at times. I think the humor in Sonic is a little bit better. There is one fart joke, though, I think is completely unnecessary in this movie. It does lead to a reference that I thought was kind of funny, but the fart itself wasn't really necessary at all. Anyway, whatever. I really enjoyed the film. It's a good film to take the whole family out, and I think everybody will have a good time. Especially if you're a Sonic fan, you will love it. You will. Stay after the credits, because that after credits, I was like, yo! I got hyped for Sonic the Hedgehog. I was there for something I was expecting, too. I was just like, oh, there's a post-credit scene? I think I know what this is. Admittedly, I did get spoiled, though. So I definitely knew what was going to happen in the post-credit scene. But I won't say anything else, but let me just tell you, it's something pretty obvious. But anyway, go check it out. It's a fun film. If I had to give it a score, I don't really do movie reviews anymore. So I used to do 0 to 40. I guess I won't do that now. I'll do 0 to 10. I'd give it, you know what? I'd give it 7.5 out of 10. It's a really fun film. So I highly recommend it. Go check it out. Sonic the Hedgehog is a fun movie, and it's a damn good video game adaptation. We're getting better ones. Hell, even like the Tomb Raider one that came out and Rampage, those weren't that bad. Those were okay. Yeah. Yeah, and Castlevania is awesome on Netflix. Woo! Oh, so good.